I started watching porn when I was 13. I had a 6-year addiction. I quit at 19, which is faster than 99% of the planet. Faster than 99% of people ever quit. Most never do. Most do, but they get a wife and they don't use discipline or tips to quit. I did at 19. So quickly getting into it. Step 1, make your sessions fast. People seem to think watching porn for 3 hours and 3 minutes is the same. Well, it's still one relapse, right? No. First of all, it's the same feeling you get. So before you say, oh no, 3 hours edging, it feels great, bro. It's the same. At the end of the day, it's the same. After the 3-hour session, I always used to think, why didn't I just do it for 3 minutes? Why couldn't I just save time, okay? The reason 3 hours is so destructive is because if you're like me, you do it before bed. So obviously you're wasting time when you could have been doing something productive like sleeping. That was the most important thing. So now you're going to be sleep deprived for the morning. You're going to wake up groggy, not liking yourself. Also, the version of you does it for 3 hours as opposed to 3 minutes does not like yourself. You don't respect yourself. You feel like a loser. You feel guilty and shameful immediately after doing it. And you wake up the next day tired, thinking back to the night before, what a loser you were. And when you feel like this, when you're calling yourself a loser, you're feeling guilty and shameful, you do the act again. You end up relapsing again to make yourself feel better momentarily. Then the cycle continues. It's a vicious cycle. So point is, 3 hours is not the same as 3 minutes. With 3 minutes, just doing it as fast as you can. Porn's not good for you, but it almost feels productive when you do that, right? It's before bed, right? You're going to need help falling asleep, whatever. Do it as fast as possible, and I'll say it's done. You feel like a bit of a loser, but it's not too bad. You've not wasted time. You're not feeling sleep deprived. You're not going to wake up in the morning feeling too groggy. Obviously, if you watch porn, so you're going to drain a lot of your energy, but you're not going to feel too bad. Okay, you've just done it fast, feels productive, same feeling you get, same pleasure, and you don't feel like a loser. So one relapse is not the same as another. So each time you watch porn, just try and make it as fast as possible. And you'll reach the point where you're like, this is boring. You'll find it boring. You won't find it enjoyable. It almost feels like a chore doing it as fast as possible. And on those days, you're just going to not watch it. And that's fine. Okay, so just watch it less. Just reduce how much you watch it. Reduce the time you watch it. The next tip I'll give you is never watch regular videos again. Now, what's a regular video? It is man on woman. Okay, never watch that shit again. What can you watch? Just watch more tame things. Just a woman, just a woman. Instagram reels. Get to the point where you can just look at a picture. That is great than watching hardcore stuff. Now, why should you never watch girl on guy? Well, that turns you into a cook. Now, if you don't know what a cook is, it's when a man enjoys watching his wife, let's say, be sexual with another man. Okay, so he's watching in the corner while his wife, the woman he loves, is sexual with another man. You're probably thinking, what are you talking about, right? You can look it up. Porn turns you into that, particularly the regular videos of man and woman, because what's going on, right? It's you watching the woman you're attracted to. You wish you could sleep with her, but you're not. That's what your brain's thinking. You're not sleeping with her, even though you want to. She's sleeping with this other dude. He must be better than you. You're always watching. Do this for years and years and years, watching these normal videos of a man and a woman. Your brain's thinking, why am I never involved? I literally want to have sex with her. Why aren't we? Your brain doesn't know you're watching a screen. It wants to have sex with her, but you're not. Never. He always is. Another dude always is. You're always watching in the corner. So eventually, your brain's just going to start enjoying being the watcher because it's just accepted. I'll never be involved. I'm clearly not good enough for whatever reason. Not attractive enough. Not confident enough. Whatever it is. So she's always with someone else. I'm always in the corner. Now, if you do somehow get a wife whilst being addicted to porn, which would be very difficult, you're going to get the thought of her being with another man. Okay, which is disgusting because you think still that you're not good enough because you've always been the watcher, never been involved. So you'll turn into a cook, you'll get the thought of her being with another man, and at that point, it may be over. So just never reach that point. So never watch a regular guy and girl video again, okay? Just watch a lot more tame things. The next tip is this: how do you solve urges? The most effective way to solve urges is not through meditation, because I'm not a monk and I don't think you are either. It's not through discipline or willpower. Because, well, that seems very, it's common advice. Just use your discipline to resist the urge. Well, let's do that. Imagine you wake up in the morning in the place you're used to watching porn in, at the same time you're used to watching porn in, and you get an urge to watch porn, but you're going to use discipline to overcome it. Well, you're still in bed, by the way. So what's your brain thinking? It's thinking, oh, look, he's still in bed. He wants to watch porn. Let's help him. Let's make him horny. Let's give him urges. Let's give him mental fantasies. Let's help him watch porn. It doesn't know you're trying to resist it because you're still in bed. Okay, so you're trying to use discipline. It's getting even harder and harder because your brain thinks you want to watch porn, so it's trying to help you. So after 10 minutes of using your discipline, you're doing well. Your discipline goes from there to there. 10 minutes later, there. Within 30 minutes of waking up, you've got no discipline left or willpower because it drains. People seem to think your discipline stays up there for the whole day. It doesn't, it drains. That's why in the morning you feel very disciplined to do good things. And then, come noon, it's gone. You don't want to do anything. That's why, because it drains. So 30 minutes of waking up, your discipline's down here. Your brain's still thinking you want to watch porn. So the mental fantasy is getting stronger. Discipline's gone. So you relapse within an hour of waking up. And for the rest of the day, that's not even the worst part. For the rest of the day, your discipline is still there. It doesn't go back up after you jacked off. It stays there for the rest of the day until you fall asleep, right? So what are the chances of you watching porn another 2 or 3 times, or eating junk food and getting fat, or playing video games? A lot higher, because your discipline and willpower is gone. So that's the worst way, I'd say, to resist the urge. So, right, I'm edging you a bit. What is that? What do you do? Well, let's imagine the same example. You wake up in bed, the place you're comfortable jacking off in, your brain knows he likes to jack off here. What do you do in that situation? You get up and move. Action solves urges. You get up and move. Let's imagine you go for a walk. Before you've even put your shoes on to leave, the urge is 90% gone. Erection's gone. Because you're telling your brain, not out loud, but through your head by moving, look, I'm not watching porn right now. Right? I'm moving away from the bed. You know I'm going for a walk. I don't need these urges right now. Your brain's thinking, all right, fair enough. Because your brain's, it wants to be on your side. It's not against you. You got to just let it. So, your brain's thinking, all right, we'll get rid of it. You going for a walk? Cool. I'll give you some testosterone. I'll give you some energy so you can enjoy your walk. Okay? Simply because you've used action, you've got up and moved, and it solved the urge. You go to the gym, go for a walk, use that energy up, come back, and the urge is gone. Okay? Action solves everything in life. You can either think about going to the gym, or you can go. Action. You can either think about making money, think about the business, or starting a business. Action. Action solves urges. Action solves everything. Last tip I'll give you is, remember how you feel when you watch porn. Them dirty days when you watch it 1, 2, 3 times a day. Feel like a loser. You said you wouldn't, but you did. You failed on quitting. Objectively, you just feel like a loser, but you still continue to do it. But maybe there was those days or weeks that you just resisted it. You didn't watch it as much. It was hard. It was uncomfortable because you were still addicted. But you felt good. You felt proud of yourself. You felt, all right, this is the new version of me. Most people around me are complete losers, jacking off, not even trying to quit. At least I'm trying to quit. I feel better, okay? Even though I want to watch it every minute of every hour of every day, I feel all right, Confidence is there. I don't feel like a loser. I'm starting to gain self-respect and self-love again, which is obviously extremely important because you're always with yourself. So why would you not want to have that? And yeah, it's pretty good. Okay, that's just what I'll leave you with. Just remember how you feel after you jack off. Wishing you can go back in time and not do that and just go to sleep instead because you hate the feeling afterwards. Think about how you feel after you've gone a few days without it, okay? Or even, if you go to the gym, you feel proud of yourself, it's a good feeling. You get the same feeling from not watching porn for a while because you respect yourself. If this helped in any way, please subscribe. Follow this advice, you'll quit faster than I did, and goodbye. By the way, no pressure, but under this video is my paid porn quitting secrets course. It just helps you quit porn faster, supports me. So once you feel like you trust me enough, you can check it out. There's a massive discount going on right now. So if you're interested, I'd do it now. And once you buy it, by the way, I'm going to give you a free bonus section, which teaches you how to speak to girls, which becomes a lot easier when you quit porn.